So with regard to crude oil, last time on your program, we had noted that we were looking for crude to test the $98 level before potentially moving higher. Last week, we did find some support at $98. And with regard to crude oil, from this point forward, we believe that continued weekly and especially a monthly close in crude oil above $98 will be the first indication for continued advance in crude oil up to $118
Ouch.
or higher.
Ouch.
Into July of 2022. And if for whatever reason then crude isn't able to do that in July, we still expect a $118 crude oil price later this year in the fourth quarter.
Ouch. Well, that would get us up above. We're looking at the chart here, that high that we have again from 116. We're talking about the March high, so or end of March high, I should say, because we actually did get up to 130 at that point. A lot of people have been kind of looking at this consolidation area that we've been forming. I just want to step away from a real quick step away from the daily time frame here and just looking at crude, because I want to point out here the impact that higher crude prices have. It's not just rates on the rise. Higher crude prices have had on the indices as we've come off. Again, I mentioned at the top of the show, we're looking at, well, if lower this week, David, 7 in a row in terms of the ES to the downside. So we've come off those all-time highs here from January. Talk to us about, again, we're seeing this, equate to prices at the pump as well. Diesel, I mean, AAA reporting the national average. It seems like every day we make a new all-time high.
It certainly does. And I'll tell you something, the diesel problem, although it has been talked about, I think is bigger than most people are realizing, because the trucking issue, which has led to some supply problems for stores and so on, it's going to get worse with higher priced crude. And unless we happen to be incorrect about this forecast and the market starts closing back below $98, I can only imagine that at $118, crude oil could be putting so much pressure on diesel that the supply chain issues that we've all seen become really almost deadly serious. So we're hoping in some way that crude does let off here some, but as it stands right now, crude is in a very strong position, and this may still take place later this year, these much higher prices, but we do have some indications for these higher prices as early as July. So we're waiting to see day by day how the crude oil market handles this.